Welcome back to Base Breakfast. Native Birds Aotearoa. As we're saying, got our bro C.brook in the building.
Yo, good morning everyone. Hope you guys are all having a beautiful morning, dodging traffic, all that type of thing.
Bro. Even the ones of like going to the whole PCM spot in Ponsonby, bro. I don't know who's organising the back end stuff. You go to Google Maps, my one, it's here in Kingsland, but I think whatever app you're using, if it's Apple and you're using Apple apps, maybe it hasn't been updated.
I think it was like the Google Maps or something, yeah.
Something, bro. But bro, good to see you up here again, my bro. As always.
Good seeing you, man.
We probably our first conversation on a breakfast show compared to the first time we met Native Tongues. But there was like maybe shy of a year ago.
Yeah, it feels like yesterday though, to be honest.
No, but so much as you've done a lot since then, and also you're continuing to do more. I think the one big thing that I noticed between Native Tongues and now was that Left You For Dead, the track with
Bubblegum? Left For Dead.
And I mean, we teased out Native Tongue, and then that got released and, did a thing, but then also you had like different shows that you were kind of putting on in between then and now as well, particularly last year.
Yeah.
But how you been, bro? Like first and foremost, like how's C.brook? Like what's been kind of new, thinking from the last time that we met in person to now? Like what's going on?
Well, I'm still with the same girl, so the love of my life, I must say. Private life is a happy life.
I rate it, bro. Mad respect on that.
Also, I lost my granddad at the start of the year, and that's kind of been a little bit of I don't know. I'm still processing it, but
bro, condolences, bro.
Yeah.
I think if Jay was here, like we share the same sort of relationship with our late grandparents, or we had that when they were around. So I can definitely sympathise on that, bro. Like condolences, bro. Like I can definitely understand those relationships with your grandparents. Not everyone has those opportunities to have them.
Yeah.
But the ones who do know how incredibly important and pivotal they are in terms of just who you are. It kind of skips a generation in terms of sometimes your value set kind of can tie from your grandparents,
100%. Like I feel like an old soul because he raised me, and so I see him as dad in a way, and he was a musician, he was a jazz drummer, used to play here in Auckland as well, so I guess not too far cut from the same piece of cloth type thing.
Yeah, bro, I feel you.
Also J-Lo, who was on the Native Tongues.
J-Lo TBH?
Yeah, free the bro. He's actually inside of a rehab facility right now, dealing with some pretty serious things, but I just pray for him, and I hope that all his supporters out there that are listening right now.
I think I was like talking to him maybe maybe a month ago, and like he was kind of saying on those lines as well. So again, like getting the help that he needs, you know what I mean? Yeah, 100%.
And all the other highs felt like I know that a day doesn't go by he doesn't think that he isn't loved and whatnot, so all the voices are really heard.
And I think like one thing like first time we met was in Native Tongues, bro. I mean now your value set, like, and this is incredibly just like, it may not be the right thing to say, but your style of music is not something that I'm fully familiar with. Like, that this new scene that's kind of I kind of feel like it's just like a splash in the last 2 years. However, there might be misconceptions in terms of the artists in the scene. The one thing that I really admire about you, and I knew this from the first time I met you, is that I think we're talking about you coming up Native Tongues first, and then you're like, no, I'm going to bring my bro Jado TBH, and you really just shared that your opportunity with him, because it is team, it's family, and if you be able to like talk about Jado TBH even just before, I mean that's your characteristic, bro. It's like it's team first, bro. C.brook is you working on your own stuff, but you're only the best C.brook you can be with the team that you do, the people you have around you,
Yeah, like they say it takes a village to raise like a person,
100%.
And I reckon it's the same when it comes to the music thing. Like, you're not really winning if you're not winning with your team, so
100%, bro.
You gotta bring everyone up,
When we were talking about that off air, like just as you kind of like setting stuff up, like it's incredibly important to. And we were talking to Huddy, like before, shout out to Huddy who was on like 8 to 9. We were talking about it, is that the people you surround yourself with is a reflection, how you act is a reflection of who you surround yourself with. So ensuring that the frequencies are aligned, or but you're being careful in terms of like who you have around or the influence you do have, because inherently you're gonna be a reflection of who you hang out with. So
yeah, 100%. You become a product of your environment.
exactly, bro. But why? The reason why you're up here, bro, and again, it's cool to have you up here. It's one of those full circle moments. But put the roll call out, and you're always good of like, yo, bro, I'm keen, I'm coming through.
Yeah.
And then this is kind of the perfect time to be able to do it. I know we were trying to kind of like lock in maybe like a couple of months ago, but things just didn't align. It wasn't
meant for that time.
This time is meant because we've got you dropped a new track. Was it last week, I believe?
Yeah, last Friday.
Last Friday, Locked in Perry, which we'll stay locked because we'll do something special for that. But we've got new music coming through as well, which we are going to showcase. But the one thing that's really exciting is just the work that you're doing, continuing the momentum from last year in terms of putting on gigs or moments to then showcase a lot of people that you believe in, or whether it's people who sit in your kind of similar sound, but also just people that you believe in, who you have like good connection with, or you just want to give them the opportunity. So talk about your recent sort of like work and partnership with Illusion nightclub down in Ponsonby Road. No, not Ponsonby Road. K Road, next to the digital arm of the Rock Shop.
Yeah.
So about that.
Long story short, Illusion nightclub have offered me their premise in order to use to host shows and events. I'm primarily targeting upcoming artists who have actually dreamed of being on set stages and whatever, and just need some place to kind of start from.
Give your chops up in a way, like a safe place to be able to perform a couple of songs just to kind of get the experience up.
Yeah, because like some people they need just the experience, and there's a lot of people that create unrealistic criteria, like, oh, you must have over thousands and thousands of followers, monthly listeners and whatnot, and it's just like, if you put one of these guys in front of like 1,000 people, I assure you he'll get 1,000 monthly listeners the time he leaves, type thing.
Well, yeah, you're paying for the same opportunities that were granted to you, or even the same opportunities that weren't there for you, where you've had to put in hard yard to be able to get to where you're at.
They definitely weren't there when I was coming up. Like, they'd have all those requirements, as I was saying, but I think just for your average, kid with a dream, if you know me and you've known me for a while, like, I'm always one to treat everyone equally. Like, the queen is the same as a janitor. Like, everyone starts somewhere. You might not be the best version of you right now, but potential is limitless, and I'm trying to tap into that and see where we can take it.
It's kind of at this stage, it's like 2 nights per month, right? Like two kind of nights per month, like kind of a wild and out sort of Wednesday, so to speak, and then what's the kind of
either
one? Like Fuego Friday
or a Supersonic Saturday. It's just one of the two.
But just whatever comes, And are we have we got one kind of like locked in? Is it happening this month, or is it happening next?
Yeah, one happening the 21st of this month.
So
I'll be able to out Wednesday.
I'll be able to check that one out before I dip south. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that'll be sick, bro.
Dope, bro.
Put you on the VIP.
Sick. Who's kind of on that first lineup for this Wild and Out Wednesday?
So we have headlining Young Skeezer. She's actually from Tauranga. We also have one of your local artists, Tudanan. He's a R&B hip-hop artist. We also have Thunderboy. He's a local DJ. Day, who happens to DJ for Lil Bubblegum as well.
Is Day is D4Y? Yeah.
That's the one.
He's also DJs, but he also released tracks.
Yeah.
He released a track last year when he came up.
Yeah, so
with Jay, so
hopefully he can do some DJ mix with his own tracks type thing, keep it interesting and alive. And also I did a competition for 2 artists to nab themselves a spot. Just had their friends tag them, and that went to D-Mans. Shout out to Daniel, I know you're listening right now at work. And also to Ose Freighter. So yeah.
I mean, it's like, and even just you're talking about like the different style of artists, but different kind of roles within the music business, you know what I mean? Like tastemakers, DJs, but even people outside of Tamaki Makaurau. Like, I mean, it's incredibly important, and it's kind of a massive opportunity where you could be connecting with the sounds across the country, or partnering with, it's early stages. We haven't done the first Wild and Out Wednesday at this point, but it's a good basis point to be able to just connect with other artists like-minded across the country. You know, there could be, you know, inspired to be able to do one in Tauranga because you've got the artists up. You know, it is potential and is limitless, as you said.
It's a stepping stone, you feel me?
Exactly, bro. But I'm incredibly excited, and honestly, bro, like, I'm incredibly like stoked to hear that and proud from afar to be able to see you make those moves. Like, I mean, again, your value set is, you know, I can relate to it, personal and otherwise. So in terms of mahi you put in, like you really do put it in, and you work really, really hard. Like we were saying before we went on, like, oh, how was your long weekend? Or did you get some relaxing? And it's like, well, sometimes it's a bit hard when you're kind of working, but inherently, all the stuff you are doing, whether as an artist or engineering or the studio time, working, putting on for other artists, it can be a bit tiring, and there's no real time to process for yourself, but it pays off because you're making meaningful connections along the way, and it's you're putting in the work for yourself as well as other people, but it's more leaning towards the other people part, focusing on them as well as yourself. Like, you know, one comes first and one comes second, and again, it's the value of like the village. You know, this kind of work is together inclusively. You know, we can all eat off each other.
Exactly.
So what's that? You know, talk about that kind of importance of that, because again, we're kind of rehashing some stuff from native tongues but a little bit more deeper, because we're kind of
one-to-one.
We're one-to-one, but also I've kind of seen you in the last like year grow, so there's more of a kind of reference point now, you know. Things have kind of changed since Power Surge.
I feel like working together is like such an important yet like undervalued thing, like especially when it comes to hip hop artists, because we all kind of like have the ego inside of us, like we're the best, like we don't need nobody to succeed.
We're trying to be the artist.
Yeah, the artist.
I think a lot of people in that like thing, it's not even ego, it's just like misdirection maybe, of just like, it's okay to be the artist, but just think about that you could be the artist as well as
like all of that.
The scene. Look at the scene, the totality. Or sometimes it's hard to see the forest for the one tree, or trees for the forest. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like I actually took a step back and realized how many people an artist actually needs to be the artist, right? Yeah. And like, long story short, it's 14 separate individual people that are needed to create that person to be the person they need to be.
Yeah.
And I've kind of gone behind the scenes with like, I've got a few people in areas of like videography, photography, beat creation, event organization. We basically have like a record label put together already.
Nice ecosystem in terms of a team of people like-minded that you can pull from, that can be self-sufficient, as well as just give each other opportunities to grow, right?
Yeah, so say if that artist was looking for those 14 people but didn't know where to go, they can basically come to me, come to the hub, one-stop shop, you know, we'll sort you out.
Because do you have some sort of like name for your studio, your space? Like what's the set? Like, you know, I mean, you've got the Wild Out Wednesdays, but is it brought to you by, of course, an illusion, but what's the kind of the umbrella? It isn't just a C.brook's bringing you this. It's obviously what are we calling the whole umbrella? So the umbrella is titled Pack Motion Records. Yep.
And the idea behind Pack Motion is like, you know, pack, that could be, you know, associate that with like the people you have in your environment, your pack, your people, and motion incorporates just moving forward. Sometimes you have to, you know, take things slow to, you know, realize what's happening around you in your environment. But the whole idea of it, Pack Motion, is to move forward with your group of people in a musical, creative sense.
Yeah, and your people, whether it's like people in your team that may not even just do music, but are just there, who are your voice board.
Yeah, like,
you know what I mean?
The hype man, you know.
Hype man, or just the people that do the driving to and fro. Like, that's incredibly important, mate. If you would have a group, there'll be multiple members of, you know, Pack Motion, you know what I mean? It isn't just the vocalists or like the people that are on the mic or behind the beats or behind the boards. It's a whole unit, you know what I mean? Which, again, around 14 people, you're sharing codes, bro. You know, I mean, it's like people may already realise that, but they just don't know where to find those communities of like-minded people. And I know it's kind of a very visceral moment of conversation we've had with Hadi, which is like her kind of like rise came from going to places like Mainz or going to OMAC navigators and finding people that are like-minded that you can pour information from or learn codes from.
Yeah, you never know what you'll learn from a stranger. Like just having a simple conversation sometimes, you know?
Oh, bro, 100%. So what we're doing now, bro, is we've got, of course, Locked and Perry dropped last Friday, but we've got a track you already announced on your Instagram. It's coming soon, which is Pimp Jacket. Like, when's that dropping? Is that dropping in 2 weeks' time, or when's that dropping? Sometime this month, right?
I believe it's the 23rd of June.
23rd of June, around the time of the week of Wild and Wednesday, in a way, or just after, the week after.
Yeah, just the week after, Friday after.
Cool. And who worked on this? Snap Beats, or?
Yeah. Actually, yeah, well, it was Snap Beats.
Yeah.
Crazy. Did I tell you that?
Nah.
How did you know?
We've got to tick my boy. I've got a big C.brook on the peripheral vision, but
yes, sir.
This probably doing the most radio that we're kind of ever seen me kind of do. But you need the codes. So again, we'll play this yet to be released track. Look at around late June, around 22nd, right? 20.
Yeah.
Look late June. Just go to C.brook and you'll be able to find it out. It's a fucking sick ass cover.
Yeah,
done by
Dinkai. He's actually local from West.
Hey, that's hard, bro.
I'm actually wearing the same outfit right now.
Bro. I see the Fendi glasses. Let's go. Yeah, bro. But this is Pimp Jacket, C.brook. All right, yet to be released, but yeah, vibe with this one for us. All right.
We gon' go make some money, shit, too many people getting stuck in between. Even their baby mamas and shit, but you know, for real, there ain't much time to be fuck around with no baby bodies. I be recruiting all these crazy models. I don't pay for no pussy, they give it to me. It costs like $50 to kick it with me. But shawty mad, thinking I'm a pimp. It's not my fault, I was born as him. You say you mad, thinking I'm a pimp. It's not my fault.
It's like the second time this has happened to me today. I thought I had loaded up the track, but not. But it doesn't matter. We're having fun. It's the conversations that are the hearty things that you need to listen to. But there's another track we'll play later. But let's go into Pimp Jacket, alright?
Your bitch just tried to pull up to the club wearing nothing but a pin jacket. She be looking at my cross from my chest tatted, then the boobies end up in my hand. It's a breast magnet. Apparently I look like daddy with her father's features as we're having conversations, sipping on his margarita. She a sexy hot tamale, she a mamacita, and she way too easy, swear it's not too hard to please. I could pull up to her crib, but like half a pizza. Take a shit to wipe my ass and she gon' eat it. Oh, she say she got a plan that she in jeans, trying to go and give me brains, sucking on my penis. Ooh, booty looking like a dumpster. That's a pillow for comfort. Playing cosplay, I'm the teacher. Let's go fuck beneath the bleachers. I'm a fucking nigga, bounce out like a basketball. I be greedy with this shit, I do not pass it all. If you fuck with my bitches, I'ma squabble up. I be slapping all these pussy like I'm Donald Trump. I got bitches bad thugs, shit, they wait in line. I got hoes from A to Z, but I don't pay no mind. Had to cut some bitches off that were dead to me. I fuck with them, but couldn't give a fuck for therapy. But the law of attraction gonna work again. I'ma earn some bread, hit the gym, and then go turn some heads. I might have to lift this money, go on thirst trapper. She be saying that my wrist be so good, I can blur backwards. I'ma have your bitch this try to pull up to the club wearing nothing but a pin jacket. She be looking at my cross from my chest tatted, then the boobies end up in my hand. It's a breast magnet. Apparently I look like daddy with her father's features as we're having conversations, sipping on his margarita. She a sexy hot tamale, she a mamacita, and she way too easy, swear it's not too hard to please. I could pull up to her crib, but like half a pizza. Take a shit to wipe my ass and she gon' eat it. Oh, she say she got a plan that she in jeans, trying to go and give me brains, sucking on my penis.
Yeah, we're back. A little bit of a teaser in terms of a track that's yet to come. But yeah, we're just giving a little bit of an exclusive, beyond the exclusive of Pimp Jacket, so you can check that Baby Bottle 1 at. Just keep following C.brook and you'll find out more information. But as we're saying, awesome things in terms of Locked and Perry, Pimp Jacket coming this month as well as for the month of June. This is looking at the month of June. Locked and Perry came out last Friday. The next thing is the show, the first Wild and Out Wednesday at Illusion happening, and they can find tickets at
Eventbrite.
Yo.
Also, I've got ticket link in my bio on Instagram, so C.brook.
Yo, and then we've got Pimp Jacket after that show as well. So there's got a solid month of like things that they can kind of connect to, as well as just the fact that you are doing it for the scene. Incredibly important. More people need to be doing things for the scene, my bro.
It's
That's
beyond
the whole thing.
ourselves.
It's beyond yourself, because we're only as strong as the scene. You know what I mean? If we put the energy into making the scene, rather than just trying to put the effort to being the man or the gal, like so much more can you see the benefit from.
Exactly, man.
You know. But Locked and Perry, this track dropped last week.
Yeah.
We're going to do like a cheeky live performance, but talk a little bit about this track, because you haven't really... This is kind of the new flood of C.brook, right? Compared to last year. Like, there was a little bit of a break. Like, last year you were features, I mean, there's the J-Lo TBH stuff, and then the Outside of Power Surge. I mean, there was a lot happening last year, right, bro?
Yeah.
How did it... Was it the right amount, or did you learn a lot from last year in terms of your own capacity of trying to do... You did everything right, but there's probably a lot of inherent learnings in the way.
I feel like I did things right in the way of being more like saying less to saying more. Like kept the hook simple. When I was doing performances at the end of last year, it was real easy to get the crowd to sing my words for me, even if they didn't know me from a bar. So these new tracks this year don't have any auto-tune on it like I'm usually used to, so it kind of showcases a lyrical snappy side of me.
Like kind of bring that back to your roots in a way, right, bro? Because the sound didn't exist when you were growing up listening to music, right? Like the sound that you're kind of in, or what's kind of active now in terms of that, you know, the artists that you do kind of collaborate with, or 10 years ago, 5 years ago, it didn't really... It was there, but it's not at the main front of where it is now, right?
Yeah, exactly. In
terms of a lot of people that you know, have as your contemporaries or your collaborators, you know?
Yeah, 100%. Like, I take a lot of inspiration from Florida at the moment.
Oh, well, in the last 10 years, they're probably arguably one of the most influential sort of... What's happened? Miami, Florida, like so much stuff is happening.
There's this kid that's been rapping for the last 6 months who's already achieved like 3 million monthly listeners from Florida, and I guess like the sound that you're about to hear is kind of based upon them. This is a storytelling song as well about my father, who I don't know if he has a radio inside of Pademaremo jail, but you know, if you're hearing this is a little bit of a middle finger to you. But
even just to touch on that, not touching on, you know, the father, also just like, again, thank you for sharing. I know sometimes it's not easy to share like a lot of the personal stuff, but again, the stuff that you make or say is personal, but also, again, the condolences to, you know, loss of your grandfather, because I think it would have been that father figure for you, right?
Exactly.
So I feel you, bro, and I mean, a lot of people out there have those sort of similar stories across this country, you know what I mean? So, bro, whenever you're ready, my bro, we might as well get into this, and we'll have a little bit of a close-up after, but this is just, instead of me saying it, bro, you just talk about it, introduce yourself before you go on.
Alright, sweet. So, my name is C.brook. This song is called Locked and Perry. It's about coming out of a bad situation, creating a business, and not really paying attention to all the people that have bad opinions of you, because, you know, they don't really matter. Listen to the positive stuff. This is Locked and Perry. You reckon you could turn it up on my headphones a bit? Alright, yeah. Forgive me, this is a recent song. I'm pretty sure I got it all down. Let's go. Hey. and Chadley was on demon time when they dropped the Addy. I had murder on my mind and daddy's locked in Perry. Life ain't always sugar sweet, just like some cotton candy. I had to raise myself because his ass forgot he had me. Granddad took me in and nowadays I look after granny. The generation gap that no help for them understanding. Under my own guidance, I was led to poppin' zannies and fucking bitches every night, they always dropping panties. In school I didn't study business, but now I got a business. I got no monsters, but I'm monstering these fucking mixes. Getting clowns in the studio, I chase a chicken. And it ain't even Colonel Sanders, but I'm in the kitchen cooking up some fucking heat until we make it hit. I know what it is, I got the recipe to make this bitch. People imitate, but they are not successful faking it. If I'm offered up a deal to sell my soul, I'm never trading it. Some be capping on a life of bliss. Swear to God, they be so delusional up in the head. I've had homies ran down, a shitty chop shot in the head. Rest in peace to Brian James, God's the only one I fear. I've been at funerals with suing ties. I've had homies die by homicide and suicide. I got homies who be inside doing time. Free Pyrex Sonic being J-Lo, oh, those be my guys. Trust the process, it'll be okay. I've seen the light. I want to fight with demons that be trying to take over my life. People come and go, but you can never get back all your time. That's why I'm particular with who I'm sticking with, my guy. Some people so sly, they come attack you with a plan. They got more red flags than a fucking Tonga van. They really not a type, swear to God, just drop the act. I respect you as a silver spoon and stop the cap. Why you trying to be old hood when you from the mansions? Cause you sold in the whole image of a fucking rapper. People banging on the net, never put in action. And that motion ain't no good, but it be some capping. Man, the whole point of being in the hood is to make my apologies, I did mess up 2 bars, but try to keep it up.
Bro, I think like, you're totally right. I think I was so stoked that you did that live performance on this show, bro. I think you know my sensibilities and what I love. But something so heartfelt, bro. Mad love, bro, my bro. Honestly, bro. And people can go and check out that track now and listen to it, bro. And it's on all streaming services, right?
Yeah, there's no mistake in that one.
There's no, but regardless of mistake, bro, it's a very powerful thing. Is that the first time you've actually performed it outside in the studio?
Yeah, 100%.
Let's do this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, bro, I just want to say thank you for coming through, sharing all the amazing things you're doing, being vulnerable, bro. You know what it's like. You know, what we're all about at Native Birds, Aotearoa. Whether it's, you know, what we do with Jay, you know, Jay not being here, he is here, you know what I mean? In spirit, right? Because we wouldn't, you know, we're a whole team, you know, we're a whole village, right? So
exactly.
I'm very stoked to that. Before I gap it down south, I'm not going anywhere. Like, if you ever down south, bro, you hit me up, bro.
Yeah.
Dunners is where I was at. I think Dunners would like some C.brook in your life, you know?
Down that street where they always have the parties, eh?
Yeah, bro, Hyde Street, Castle Street, bro. There's many streets down there that are just rowdy. So anyone down in Dunners, artists, homies, just listeners alike, you know what time it is. But no, thank you so much, bro, for coming through.
Much love, him.
Much love, bro. And we'll just end on now is I just got a message from my bro 650. You know, that's fam, that's team. I was gonna play this track on the news by him and Jay Knight off the album Kidadu because, come on, we've got the vibes going on, bro. And I just go to C.brook, C.brook, BROOK, to find out more information of what's coming in this June. Stay locked to base. Catch you all next week